done. Okay, so we're just gonna have nutty sounds for the whole podcast. All right, great.
Chewing.
Good. Hunter.
Hunter, you were saying.
You were saying your hit cartoon.
Yeah, my hit
what's
cartoon.
it called?
my hit cartoon.
Yummy Yummy by Meat Canyon.
Yeah.
Has been copyright claimed.
Yep. By record company.
Fucking bastards.
You know, it's weird because.
So what happened?
Well.
Oh, so the actual record company.
Yeah.
Right,
let me.
Let him explain. You tell us what happened, baby. We'll be here for you.
There's a section of the video that they decided to claim. They say video uses the song's melody, but it's like it's obnoxious because they got one part of it. They like copyright claimed or said like this one part is fine, but it's the exact same thing that the other section of the video that they're saying is totally. And this is also funny too because the section they're saying, oh yeah, is also the same section that Ellen DeGeneres is tearing off the fucking hood of the car, and Justin Bieber is just repeatedly saying yummy and baby, baby. Girl, you got that yummy, 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 yummy.
Hey,
yummy, yummy.
hey, stop!
Yeah.
Stop, you're gonna get this claimed, you prick!
That's true.
What are you doing? Don't point that gun at us!
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid, you're right.
The YouTube studio itself is designed to make sure it's like it's a very short leash and a tight collar around its creators, in the sense of like every time you log in, there's a percentage sign that's either green or red, and the majority of the time, you know, especially if you haven't uploaded a while, there's just a lot of red, like you're down 15% or you're down 25%. And then they fucking place your videos, for people that don't know, based out of basically they rank it out of the last 10 videos you did. So if you really don't have a good video and you're like, shit, I tried some new shit. What do you do? What happens? It's just like, well, just so you know, that is number 7 out of 10. You really fucking bit the bullet on that one. Good job. And you're like, oh fuck, like what could I have done differently? And I love, especially when they put like demeaning shit above it. Like usually, and just to give more context to people, it'll say something like, your analytics in the first 23 hours and whatever minutes, like literally minute by minute. And then above that, it has something that's like, looking good. The video is performing as normal. But then, like, there's other times
when
where
it's not. There's like a little clip art of like a rocket crashing.
It's something like that, or even it's just like your audience has no interest in this subject. I literally know that it's something that they say. It's like, your audience is not showing interest in the subject. Like, basically, fuck off with that idea. You're stupid. Go the opposite direction of that, because this is not working. So
it's got its upsides. I don't know.
I'm actually into that feature.
Yeah, no, that thing's like been our favorite thing ever. It's so good.
I hate it so much. I hate that
that's because you are fresh to the uphill battle, my friend. Complaining about your 800,000 views in under 24 hours.
Ha!
Whereas for us, that would be like a fucking that's like the hill we're fighting to get back to constantly. So that little list thing, I don't know, it's like a handy navigator. I used to like track video performance by hand, like well before that thing came out, and then it came out and it was kind of like exactly what I was doing.
Oh, well, you guys are fucking mental patients. Also, I feel like you guys are also coming from fucking hundreds of millions of views to fucking every video you have is like upwards of 10 million views from the past and shit like that. You have your own different things. You come from a different time and you're still here. I'm sitting here, I'm just trying to survive, and then a fucking video isn't doing as well.
Banger after banger after banger.
And it feels like, I feel like it's the irrational fear of just being like, well, this is it. This is where, I had my fun. This is when the ride starts to go downhill.
You worry too much. We created our channel into the fucking ground to the point where we were uploading and getting 30,000 views a video.
Yeah, but see, now you guys...
We came back from that swinging.
Yeah, but now you guys, this is like the redemption comeback thing. You're Sylvester Stallone, like reprising the role of Rocky Balboa. You know what I mean? It's like the champions are returning.
Because I don't want to be Rocky Balboa in 5.
No. I'm saying Rocky Balboa. I'm saying Rocky Balboa where he's back in the ring. What is that?
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Beating up black guys again.
Yeah, he was like,
Like God intended. Rocky's back!
Hey.
He's beating up black guys again! Everyone's like, yeah!
It's a minority.
Yeah!
Come here, minority. I'm gonna punch you. Yeah, that'd be that's my favorite one. Rocky 6. Rocky takes on the hood. I got a couple of changes I want to make to this neighborhood.
This whole place used to be Italian. And he just goes on a fucking election campaign, and it ends in this awesome boxing match where the winner gets to become governor.
Like on the podium while there's like confetti falling.
Oh my god, we should write this.
That's what made the movie so great, though. I think, like, back in the day. Because I actually enjoy Rocky 1 through 4, like, a lot. Yeah, the third one's okay. But Rocky 1, 2, and 4, great.
Wait, third one's Clubber Lang.
Mr. T.
His name's Clubber Lang, idiot.
Well, here in America, we call him Mr. T. Get it right. But,
You're clearly a casual. I don't know if I can talk to you.
But you know, and it's weird because the first Rocky movie is, like, actually just super good. It's, like, a great, just, like, film altogether. And then I like how they, after that, they're like, all right, you know, we got Oscar Gold.
Let's do it again.
We got Oscar Gold, so where do we go from here? And it's like, we're gonna take down the serious tones a little bit. We're gonna raise the schlock a lot. to a point where there's no going back. Like once we hit this level of schlock.
Oh, they did go back though.
Committed.
They did.
Oh, I know, and it's
like
it's great.
It was impressive. Like you're right. They were like, all right, it's the Cold War. Let's have Rocky fighting a Russian. The Russian has state-of-the-art equipment. Rocky has to climb mountains. And then, like, the fucking Soviet Union applauds him at the end. And you're like, from that peak, you can never go back to serious. But then in Rocky
Talk
Balboa,
about one of the most inspirational endings to a movie ever. You have the guy literally punch a man once to death in the beginning. He's sitting there and he's just like, they have this huge show. I remember they even had like James Brown.
Living in America. Coca-Cola, McDonald's.
He's like dancing around. Everyone's like, yeah, Apollo Creed. You're the best. Apollo. Yeah, just gets cold cocked immediately.
He gets fucking knocked the fuck out to death.
I was just saying, just not even knocked out, like literally just punched to death. Just one punch. And he's dead, and they're like...
I bet he felt stupid after that big entrance.
Yeah, I mean, like, after that, I feel like there would have been no more humble entrances. It's like a VH1 behind the music type deal, except for sports. It's like, yeah, I mean, after that, everyone just kind of completely stopped doing the dramatic entrances because you figured out that you could get your ass beat and killed pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's hard. Just as like from a script writing perspective, makes it really harder to feel sorry for Apollo after that showboating entrance, and then he just gets fucking destroyed.
Yeah.
You're like, well, before this, I was kind of rooting for him, but now I want him to die, and that's what happened.
Well, in the first two movies, at least, they make him, you know, I feel like he is way more in depth of the story. I mean, he's like usually the main villain or like the main guy's got to fight. But between these movies, I feel like it was like a long time between each movie, if I remember right. Like from 2 to 3, it was okay, but then from 3 to 4, I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 years went by or something like that. I can't remember. But like, but between 3 and 4 though, you have this huge gap, and now you know you just don't give a fuck about Apollo as much anymore because you're like, oh, he's Rocky's friend, who cares? So then whenever he dies at the beginning, I was just like, yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Like, what do you expect? The guy's a fucking Hulk. I don't feel bad. I'm just like, what a dumbass. He came in with like all these fireworks and shit and just gets punched once and he's dead. I'm like, well, shouldn't have been there.
You shouldn't have been there. I liked him.
Oh, I mean, I like Apollo Creed.
Was Rocky's buddy.
Yeah.
And he did the showboating shit for the other two fights too, but they build him up as like a guy that you care about. So yeah, never mind.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, in the third movie.
You people are fucking traitors. Traitors to America. The only character you're supposed to think about is Rocky.
Isn't Rocky 3 when they're running on the beach and then we got the ginormous, disgusting thighs?
How dare you?
In the sun.
They're beautiful.
I like how that's what you remember.
That's what I remember.
These giant fucking gross ass thighs.
Yeah, because
I wouldn't kiss them.
In the third movie, they did the ultimate. Which people always go back to the third movie and they're just like, I don't like that one because Rocky loses. And I'm like, dude, he lost in the fucking first movie. That was like the whole point. Is that like, you know, just because he loses, he's still a winner in our books because he fought the good fight. But I will say, I'll finally get off the subject or whatever. But as much as I could talk about Rocky all day, but the ending to Rocky 4 is the most emotional and uplifting thing that's ever happened to cinema. You can't tell me at the end of Rocky IV that, like, especially like right at the end, you know, the nice build up. He gets into the ring. This is the man that killed his best friend, the only rival he ever loved, and he does the infamous line, "I will break you," and then they box it out, and then he does that classic Rocky thing where he like gets like ultimate stroke face, and he's like, "Come on, hit me." I love that. And he just starts punching him. "Come on, you pussy, keep hitting me." Gives him a couple fucking dings. Bang, bang, bang. Adrian the whole time saying how he's gonna fail. Finally, of course, when he starts to win, she's like, "You can do it, Rock." You're like, "Fuck off, you fucking fair weather fan, you bitch," type deal. And then
to be fair to Adrian, she did kind of get raped by Rocky. You can understand if there's some feelings of resentment there.
Yeah, I made my girlfriend watch Rocky with me because she had never seen it, and I forgot about that part.
It was the 70s. We had different. There was different ideas.
That was masculinity.
Yeah, that was.
She wanted it.
That was a woman who didn't know what she wanted. So I mean, he just gave her he gave her a helping hand.
Rocky had to show her.
Yeah, you gotta apply pressure on people to see who the true person is underneath.
I mean, for the love of God,
goes out.
She's working at a failing fucking pet store in like the Bronx.
She should be thankful that Rocky raped.
Well, I'm just saying,
took her to the sweet life.
She probably has autism or something at that point too.
She did seem like she had autism.
Yeah, like
they both
that was
did.
retconned later, but
it was literally an autistic love story.
Love on the spectrum.
Exactly. That's the real love on the spectrum I want to see is fucking Rocky. What rational man wakes up?
Hey, Adrian, stay. Look at my turtles. I got some turtles.
Adrian, I got turtles.
Sorry, does my breath smell bad? I just ate 4 raw eggs. I don't know. I mean, I did brush my teeth. But yeah, at the end of that, when he finally does win, I remember every time I watch that movie, I like have a, which is it's unfortunate now with how, you know, America is and the world is now or whatever, in the sense of like, I feel like I can't parade. I feel like if I went to a screening of Rocky IV in the movie theater, because every time I watch it at home, I have my American flag with me. Because at the end of that movie, you just want to fucking run with an American flag because you're just like, fuck you, Russia. Like, America! That's the ultimate, like, at the end of the movie, you're just like, it's so great to be American at the end of that movie. So, I feel like...
And then the start of the next one, he's literally got, like, he's shaking and he's got Alzheimer's. It's just a real... You can't watch those back to back. It's a real buzzkill.
Yeah, 4 to 5, it was such a weird take in the sense of, like... the only thing I liked about that was immediately, like, it's like opening scene, Rocky, you know, richest dude, richest athlete ever. His son's drawn like Looney Tunes porn. You remember that part?
No.
He like, goes up to his son's room. He's like, "What are you doing?" Because he's all edgy because Adrian died. That's the only good part of that movie is Adrian's dead.
Wait, Adrian died?
she didn't die in 4.
In 5. In 5.
She didn't die in 5.
Yeah, she was dead in 5.
She was dead by the time 6 rolled around. They just didn't recast her, but she was alive in 5.
What happened? Did they get separated or something?
No, she was just mad because he gave his gross boxing shorts to Tommy Gunn instead of their son.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure I've seen this movie now that you guys talk about it.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure in 5, the whole thing was like, I thought he was either going broke or he like...
No, that's Rocky Balboa.
There's so many diehard fans listening to this right now, screaming.
Like, God damn it.
You fucking idiot!
No, in 5, I think he did sort of go broke. Like, their like accountant stole all their money or something. But he still had a house, and like he took on Tommy Gunn as his protege. And then they didn't have like a real boxing match at the end. They like fought in the parking lot of the bar.
That's fucking badass in a way.
Yeah, it was a cool twist.
Yeah,
everybody hated that movie, but it was kind of a cool subversion.
Rules are different on the street.
I remember that was like a cool ending though, because it's like bare knuckle boxing type deal. He's like, "You think you could fuck you, Tommy? Like I made you, bitch." And he's like, "Whatever, old man. Whatever, old man." Yeah. You know what was one character too, and I swear this is the last thing. What like was Paulie actually necessary to those movies? Do we have to have Paulie? Just like in the first movie, I get it because it's like, oh, Adrian, your brother's a real fuck up. Like, and then like by the fourth movie, they like there's that infamous shot of like he gets him that robot or whatever. It's like
And he starts like banging it. I'm pretty
he
sure.
probably fucks
no?
the shit out of it. Yeah. Well,
I always got that vibe.
it looks like a deep space robot from that show Deep Space Nine or where the fuck it is. It looks like like a bubbly kind of like it comes in on like a Segway or whatever, and it's like, "Hello, Paulie," and he's like, "You got me a robot, Rock." He's like just drunk as shit, and you're like, "God, like get your fucking life together."
Why is he still here? Nah, that's the kind of decision that was made when they were making the first one, and they couldn't get any actor to do it. So this guy's like, "I'll sign on, but I have to be in every sequel if they ever make it." And they're like, "We're never making a fucking sequel to this. It's gonna flop." And then it becomes a mega success, and next thing you know, you've got to like write Paulie in 30% of your scenes.
I think there was probably a perception that he was a fan favorite. So
Everyone loves Paulie.
Everyone loves Paulie.
Paulie's great.
Gotta come back.
After returning home, it is discovered that Paulie was unknowingly fooled into signing a power of attorney over to Rocky's accountant, who has squandered all of his money on real estate deals gone sour. In addition, the accountant had
Paulie's
failed to
fault.
pay Rocky's taxes over the previous 6 years, and his mansion had been mortgaged by $400,000. Yeah, hey, Paulie's a real fucking fan favorite after that. I didn't know, Rock. I mean, he spent all your money. Also,
That's why you need him. He's the patsy. Every film needs a patsy.
That was like a long game setup. This is why Paulie's been around.
It's in
all
his
this
character
time, so
too.
that Rocky can be broke in Rocky 5.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that they thought that in depth about the alcoholic brother Paulie. We'll make him a fuck up this whole time, so then by the fifth film, hopefully these films go that far. He will have squandered all of.
Well, what do you? I mean, by Rocky 2, what do you do with him? Short of killing him off, and then you'd have to have like a weird surplus, like let's more.
Well, the thing,
A wake scene.
Well, I think that movie really, like, in actuality, with how good the first one is, and like he had purpose in the first movie of being like, like I said, like Adrian's like this fucking like Shelley, whoever the bitch's name is from The Shining, Shelley DeVille or whatever her name is. She looks like her that whole movie.
Doesn't look like that.
Something like that.
Gross.
And she's, meek. Rocky's just like, oh, this is a nice parrot. And then, like, you can get that dynamic with, like, her, like, brother, and he can step in and stand up for her. And it's, like, a nice, cute thing, blah, blah. I don't think the movie was really ever meant to go past one. Yeah. I think it's just like, oh, Rocky. And it's like, that's a great sports movie. And then Sylvester Stallone's like, that's like his decade of making nothing but sequels from fucking Rocky to Rambo. That's it. He's like,
that is a man after my own heart. He's a smart
Be
businessman.
a part of any project. And the weird thing about Rambo too is that the first movie is a fucking great movie. It's a great like film altogether. And then immediately after that, the exact same thing happens, where it just immediately turns to schlock. It's like Rambo. But this time, he's in the desert. He's like, his shirt is off the entire movie. He's like, I don't have anything.
Before you know it, we're thanking the Mujahideen for their great service against Russia again.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's just like, Russia, I boxed you to death. Now I'm going to shoot you to death. Trying to deal with Rambo. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Sylvester Stallone, the king of really milking a franchise. That's all I got to say. Because I think like, out of all of those movies, though, too, I don't think like any of them are like inherently like unwatchable. Like I could watch any one of those movies and probably like have a good time. Like it's objectively going to be worse than other movies and shit, but I feel like they're like at least enjoyable to watch.
I think it's an American institution.
Dolph Lundgren's in a lot of very funny like bad action movies. Like I think
What's that
like,
one with Van Damme?
The appeal was he was in Rocky. He's got a big career going after this because he's going to follow Sylvester Stallone in the sense of like the Rambo movies and stuff. This is the next big action star. But it turned into more of like a Steven Seagal if Steven Seagal was ever fit and like gave a shit about a movie.
Well, he couldn't fucking talk.
Neither could Arnie. It never stopped him.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a difference. He had a charisma to his like drooling.
Whereas Dolph is just a dribbling Swedish retard.
I'm going to fight you.
Schnishka? What?
Even in He-Man,
What?
he had like 6 lines because they couldn't get him to say anything right.
In Rocket?
No, in He-Man.
In He-Man. I never saw it. I kind of want to
No,
see it.
wait.
Who played Skeletor?
Who cares?
He-Man?
Guy. He didn't even have a skull face. It was stupid.
Oh, really?
It was like a dumb like prosthetic over a person face. So he had clearly had like skin, but also fucked up skull stuff.
Why are they always trying to reinvent the wheel?
Yeah.
Don, you're literally crying right now. There's a tear rolling down your face.
Just thinking about how they fucked up He-Man.
Understandable.
And they're gonna do it again.
Who are they going to get to play him now?
Oh.
Fucking Margot Robbie.
Maybe.
I'm a bad bitch.
Probably. I'm a bad bitch. She-Man.
I would love.
Come on, guys. She-Man? No? That's hilarious.
I'd love-
Don, write that down. We're making that.
I would love a an all cast like reboot, like a female reboot of just the Lord of the Rings, and it
Ugh.
and like.
Why would you say that?
And if anything, though, it's by the director of the newest Ghostbusters, and they try to turn it into like a new like fart comedy type thing. It's like Lord of the Rings. And he's like, we gotta get the ring to Mordor. Oh hell no!
Oh, hell no.
And all of the hobbits are played by that fat
Gimli
bitch.
played by Leslie Jones.
I was gonna say, all the hobbits are played by Melissa McCarthy. They just green screen her into every role. She carries herself up Mount Doom. they put a fucking skin cap on her, and she plays Smeagol as well.
Just fucking.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to see that movie. And the Oscar goes to Melissa McCarthy for The Lord of the Rings. I just want to thank Peter Jackson and all those that believed in me for this performance. Oh, man. I wonder how much money that would cost. I wonder how long the production would take. Well, you're done with your Frodo sessions. Now let's go in and do Sam. I wonder if they could make it to where they're like, well, it'd be way too ambitious to remake these castles and stuff. So we're just gonna base it in Manhattan, and we'll just use these sets from Manhattan. Actually, that'd be even worse, wouldn't it? Instead of like actually trying to like remake the movies into this fantasy thing, is they like readapt the movie to like a more modern times type deal. Like she like gets out of her Uber and she like finds the ring or something like that.
Well, what would be the Mount Doom equivalent?
Empire State Building.
Has to return it to Sears.
Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Some like popular landmark where people can be like, ooh, you know.
It's got It's got to be foreign. It's got to be like the Eiffel Tower. You open up more room for like.
Or it could be
Sounds too expensive.
It could be the ground.
You just build a prop.
It could be the Ground Zero.
Ground Zero
from the 9/11 thing in New York.
Cast the ring into the memorial waterfall pool.
My precious. It's like sitting there. Fucking Dunkin' Donut ads are going on in the background and shit like that.
Yeah, you know what? When we went into this, I was against this, Hunter, but you've really sold me on it. I would genuinely buy tickets at the cinema to go watch that.
There's just people walking
Abomination.
around, like, watching them.
I would definitely buy the fantasy version. Like, if they actually put effort into making something equivalent to the scale that was the original Lord of the Rings movies, but they made every Hobbit Melissa McCarthy. But they could even just get regular actors for the other ones, but all the Hobbits are Melissa McCarthy. That would be that I would actually buy tickets to that.
But I mean, they could make that right now. They could just green screen her in.
No. I mean, like redo it. You know, like you gotta not just green screen in. I mean, like I want her to be on set. I want to buy the Blu-ray when it's done, and she's just like, it was long days having to reshoot the scene 7 times because I was 7 different characters. Can you imagine Hobbiton at the beginning of that fucking movie when it's like,
she's every Hobbit.
She's every Hobbit.
Every single Hobbit.
It's like Bilbo's like, I forgot how old he is. He's like 111th or I forgot how old. Is that his 111th birthday or something? I can't remember. at the beginning of the Lord of the Rings.
Who cares?
Well, I care. But the they're having that party and stuff, and there's just all these different hobbits going around introduced, and every single one of them would be Melissa McCarthy. Could you imagine that payoff reveal of especially the the part in the pub where Sam is checking out that really gross looking hobbit chick, and Frodo's like, "Go on, Sam, talk to her," and he Melissa McCarthy looks over to another Melissa McCarthy. If I had big bodacious tits like a woman, I would grab them shits every day and I would do this.
I'll grab them shits every day.
I'd be like, bam, 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 bam. Yeah. And I'd recreate the WAP music video in my house every day because I'd be that thick and juicy.
But you're selling yourself short. You are thick and juicy. I think you should remake it now and upload it to YouTube and put on a fucking golden thong.
I would love that. I would put a oh God. I would put a massive cock insert into my tiny thong.
You don't need to put a massive cock insert. You already got a massive cock. I've seen it.
I would want a massive cock insert so that when it folds up, you can see it in the pants, but also part of the dildo thing goes on the outsides of the panties or the thong, right? So it's you see part of my cock, but it's not all of it, because I want that to be my boob reveal thing. So instead of showing all of my dick, you just get to see this coiled anaconda in my fucking pants, and you get to see a little bit of it. And that would be my...
Your bit of dick root.
Yeah. A little bit of dick root, a little bit of cock meat, a little bit of everything. Just try to be comparable as much as I could.
Dude, you could break the internet with that. Please fucking make it. It doesn't even need to be good. Just make an approximation. We'll help. We'll dedicate resources to make that happen.
It's weird how these music videos just drop out of nowhere and just fucking... It's just odd, because at this point, I'd never even heard of these two people. You know what I mean? And apparently,
dude, I thought they were both Nicki Minaj.
I thought one of them. I thought.
I literally was. Is that Nicki Minaj or is that Nicki Minaj?
I actually thought it was a Nicki Minaj music video because, like I said, the Anaconda video is very comparable.
I even thought. It turns out it was Kylie Jenner. I thought that was Demi Lovato. I am not up on my. I have no idea who was who or what's going on. It's just a whole new level, though. I think it really is end of civilization type shit. Like I was saying, that the early Roman Republic wasn't making things like this, but by the end of the Empire, this was par for the course, and that's where I feel like we're at.
You guys have a bidet?
Tom.
Interesting story. At the height of COVID gate, I purchased one because of the fear of the toilet apocalypse, all the bog roll running out, and I never ended up fitting it because the bog roll never ran out. But I was very close.
It's changed my life.
Dude, I've heard so many people say that.
Can I have yours?
How
much did you pay for it?
Fucking more than I care to admit on a podcast.
It's still in the box, right?
No, I rubbed it on my taint.
Shit.
You know it's in the box, yeah.
Would you sell it for?
Why'd you want it?
80%? Because I want one. Always wanted one.
No, you didn't always want one.
No, I was legitimately thinking about it before all this happened.
Lies. Do you know how I know it's fucking lies? Because when I bought it, you're like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's not constantly on my mind.
Dom, pick a story.
Maybe it should be.
Pick a route with this.
Pick a story.
When did you... Hunter, when did you decide to spray your asshole?
Dude, I sat there. Let me tell you something. I have to disclose something with the listeners and just with you guys. When I take a shit, it is so sloppy, so utterly disgusting that paper almost makes it worse. It's like smearing an oil painting with a fucking handkerchief. It's disgusting. The bidet.
Dude, your diet is 90% Jack and Coke. What the fuck do you expect's gonna come out?
Yeah, well, that's, and I'm not trying to blame anything. I'm saying this is on my own accord. I'm just letting you know the dirty deets of this whole situation.
All right, okay.
And the thing about it is that the bidet is this blissful machine that just high pressure shoots your asshole direct. I don't know how they do it. Shoot your asshole with water, and it's almost like a pair of just like after you put chapstick on your asshole or your lips, it has that nice like sheen clean of like, you know, my lips are protected, they're moisturized, everything, and it's spotless, and you can even change the the pressure if you want. You can get balls to the wall with it if you wanted to. Mine is at like this nice, I would say mine's at like a nice kind of like garden hose pressure, and it gets right up in there, straight shot.
Is it something you like work up to? Like eventually you want to be on the high power setting, or are you just comfortable coasting?
I think it's going to be a thing mostly just based on severity. You know what I mean? Like what kind of warfare we're facing here, because, you know, if I'm sitting
How do
there
you
and
check?
I know... You can
like, do you probe with a bit of
okay,
PP?
first off, don't act like that you don't know. Like when you have a bad shit, immediately, I usually every time I have a bad shit, I will verbally, like out loud, I will be like, "This ain't good." I'll say that like to myself when I'm sitting there on the toilet. Like I feel like a lot of people do that. They're like, "Oh shit," you have to physically say something because you're like, this is a mess. This whole situation's like a fucking slop bucket. None of this is good. And there's times where you take a shit and it's just so pleasant that I've said, I'm like, oh, okay. I've done that too. So I think it's just based on the severity of the poop, of the stink.
You're a hairy man too.
Not
Do you
very.
shave back there, or do you
Not
just
very.
have to blast the forest?
I'm not very hairy, actually.
Don't lie, we can see you.
My head of hair has a lot of hair. I got a little beard. Really after that, not a lot, being honest.
That's
Takes a
fascinating.
long time for my cock and ball hair to really get out there, but it never gets too crazy, you know. I would say I have
Dude,
a very...
my ball hair is like virgin blonde. It is like platinum, and it's not a lot of coverage. So there's just these fucking wiry roots of platinum emerging from my nuts.
Does anybody have a lot of coverage? Is that a thing? Just
Italians, I feel.
I feel. I mean, it must be. This is fucking.
My grandfather always told me. This is actually literally something he just used to tell me. Because he was like, because I used to complain when I was playing baseball. Because I'd be like, you know, like when I'm older, I want to have a big like beard or whatever. And he's like, you gotta have hair on your nuts before that can happen. We'd laugh, blah blah. And he's just like, you know how hairy you can tell a man's nutsack is? He's like, by the amount of hair on your knuckles. And he used to say that because there's this Italian
Everyone
coach
check their knuckles right now.
Everybody checks.
on our team, and his hand and his finger hair were so dark, like it was like a chimp's hand. and he just like set in my mind. I know he did this on purpose to like make me think like maybe like I bet his balls are just covered in hair. Like holy shit. But no, I thankfully have that kind of like really gross ball hair where like weird long strands of hair, like one long hair comes out of my cock for some reason, and then my balls have like these nice wiry hairs that go through it, and it's like, and it's always a supreme delight, because then I get to wash my hair with shampoo and conditioner, and I just do the exact same thing to my balls, and I'm hoping that in time I'll have the same haircut on my balls that I do my actual head, and that's the ultimate goal. That's the fantasy.
Would you guys have hair grow up like your dick shaft?
Only at the base.
Mine goes all the way to the top, like a furry trellis.
You actually,
I wish.
You have like.
That sounds amazing.
You mean the hair like climbs its way from the root, or there's like pores all the way up?
You know,
There's pores all the way up.
That's like a cactus you're fucking your wife with.
Yeah, pretty much.
No,
if you ever shave it,
I
you
would
got
rather
like
have the
stubble.
cactus.
No, you trim it with scissors, like a gentleman.
Yeah, but then you're not getting down to the pores, and you have like a little like cactus spike sticking out all the way up the shaft.
No, it's only a cactus if you shave it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's it going to be a cactus if you cut it with scissors?
Because you're not getting all the way to the bottom.
Yeah,
So, like,
it would be a little pricklies.
You could have little pricklies.
With
Yeah.
not with the scissors.
So what? Because you're not shaving it, they're not coming out at like the odd angle that makes the like pores bulge out.
Well, it's like stubble versus like cutting a beard with scissors. Like stubble comes out when you shave it, and stubble is rough. But the longer the hair gets, the finer the tip of the hair gets.
I don't think I would
it
ever-
becomes softer.
So you leave like a woolly mammoth.
It's
dick.
not a woolly mammoth. First off, it's sporadic platinum strands, as I've well explained to you.
It's not a woolly
But-
mammoth, it's a rat. It's very small.
It's not even a rat. It's not. You guys are thinking too much coverage.
No, he's got the foreskin too, so I'm thinking like a woolly mammoth like trunk, but like a
That's
nose.
more accurate.
Like
the trunk.
like the nose, you know, like the
Yeah. No,
fucking,
it's more like that. Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna now
picture
picture Tom's cock
man, that's
as like
horrific.
a flat mammoth nose.
I get down as far as I can go. I've tried shaving it, but it just the angle or somehow something about the skin, it just won't let me get rid of it fully.
that you like
Shaving a
stuff
cock
that
is
thing
hard.
in anyone.
What do you? I don't understand. I don't understand you.
Just
Okay, well, first off, I wear condoms,
okay.
so problem one eliminated. But
Okay.
even if I wasn't, like, what do you imagine happens? Like, it gets like trapped,
It just can't.
tangled.
It just can't feel nice.
It feels like velvet or silk.
Little gliders.
Yeah, little
Yeah,
they help.
Little shoes.
Like a horseshoe.
I'd love a nice. I'd love if you could hammer in a shoe on your cock like that, like a similar to a horseshoe.
Fucking
Just-
based.
Just hammer it in, take it off, clean it up.
If you had to tattoo your dick, what would you tattoo, Hunter?
Oh,
It's a question directed at you.
oh, god damn it. Ah,
I feel like I would-
I've got one.
I feel like I would treat it like an arm sleeve, like an old sailor, and I would have a bunch of like really
Anchors.
trendy, little trendy American traditional tattoos, like those little stars to really cover the whole thing. And then I would get one of those boats that's like by a lighthouse type deal, and then on the underside of it, so then so people could see the boat. And like, oh, that's actually a nice tattoo. That's very well done. You know, they compliment it. And then I would lift my cock up to show underneath it, and it would say, "Home is where the heart is." And that's
Can I do mine? Can I?
This would be mine. Go ahead.
Can I? Yeah, I would write "fuck you" on the bottom of it. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Nice,
Okay.
right? Double
That fucking
entendre.
sucks. That sucks.
Double entendre.
That sucks.
How does that suck? Fuck you, and then you fuck them.
If it's double, okay, so explain. That means there's two meanings. So what's the first meaning?
First means fuck you.
Okay.
Second meaning
but
is
no
fuck
one,
you.
But no one can see it.
She can see it.
Yeah.
But where's the
Why would you be telling her, "Fuck
There's
you"?
only one meaning.
Because I have angry hate sex.
You walk in and
When
drop
I-
your pants and pull your
I'm like,
dick out.
listen, bitch. Fuck you. She's like, okay.
All right, fine. Jesus.
She gets you start.
What would you
whenever
call?
you're
Would
working
you
at your
call that
belt.
like your other middle finger or something like that, or would you call like what kind? Yeah, I mean, because it's the middle finger's "fuck you." What would you call that? Be like, well, he dropped trow to show me his third finger.
That's what I'm saying. He goes for his
something along
belt,
that
and then she knows he's mad. You got to show her the.
And it's not because I'm going to beat her with the belt.
The other sign.
Yeah. It's because I'm going to fuck you. I think, what are you got, Don, Mr. fucking critic?
I don't have any.
Easy to be a critic, hard to be in the arena.
I would never do that to myself.
Because you're a fucking pussy bitch.
That's true.
So you can't even
Look at
imagine
Hunter,
a
he just
world.
takes it.
You can't even imagine a world where you like if someone was like, you have to get a tattoo, or it was the new trend, because you're a
your
little
cock.
trend. You're a little like fashion trend person.
He is.
You know. You like
This is
you
cool
like to,
now. I'm going to do
You
it.
like to follow
trying
it.
to
So
get-
if it became something where it was like considered cool and hip, and
Oh,
you
stop
went to
bullying
the
me.
and you went to the tattoo parlor, and you had your cock out and your pants around your ankles, and he's like, "What are we putting on this bad boy? What would you put on it?"
Don can only fit like
Well,
3
if-
letters.
First of all, I can't deny that, but I'm trying to get away from that, and that's why I wear shirts with cartoons on them like a retard, because it's better than wearing polos.
I feel like there's.
Second of all,
I feel like to cut in on that deal is if you're a grown man and you wear a shirt that says Nickelodeon or something like that, or it still has Nickelodeon characters on it, fuck off. There's certain.
What are you wearing today, Don?
I'm wearing my Donald Duck shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts. I've had it for like 3 years.
Is it like
I like wearing Donald Duck
it-
shirts because I think it's clever.
Yeah, my
it's
double
very-
entendre
it's
is really
very-
dumb, but fucking Donald Duck.
It's very
Donald is
clever.
my name, and I'm an animator.
People will see the and they're like, "Oh, his name's Don too," and he makes cartoons.
Oh, he's so deep and complex.
That's a cool uniform.
Sorry, can we get back to what you'd have tattooed on your cock?
Yeah.
I would,
Donald
I would,
Duck.
I would take no.
Donald Duck.
Double
Feathers. I want some feathers.
Sorry,
No, I would.
sorry, I dropped.
I would take the artistic route and have him tattoo some nice, chiaroscuro shadows to accentuate the size and girth. You know?
So it would be like almost an enhancement, really. It's like a cosmetic.
Wait, what the fuck
Exactly.
is a chiaroscuro?
I think that's the word. I don't know anything about art. I just draw.
What is it?
It's like it's like a style.
Ah!
You just gotta stop.
I've got to stop. Who built these?
Just leave it like perfect. All right. Every time we do this, Tom knocks the sound panel off the wall because he has no perception of object permanence, and he backs up and hits it with his chair. Yeah, I'd get like little gradient shadows under the shaft. You know what I mean? Like at the top, like somebody shaded it, like it was a drawing.
Those shadows should exist naturally done.
They do. It's accentuation. It's like an increase in contrast.
Right.
So in any lighting.
I feel like you're revealing your tiny penis live on stream.
Just answering the question.
I will say, to get off cock subjects, is what's the last movie you guys watched? actually sat down and watched.
I don't like I appreciate the segue, but I also don't like that.
That's how we ended about your dick.
Yeah. It seems like Hunter's saving me. It's like, okay, Don, your dick is small. Let's talk about something else. So
No,
I'll spare you the embarrassment.
because one, the only reason I'm doing that is because we've been on the dick subject a long time, and then also I'm legitimately curious.
Why do you
because
think dwelling is boring? That's my question.
Huh?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Like whenever we make fun of you for a while, you find that boring. Like, whenever we talk about something for a while, you find it boring. You're really self-conscious about talking about Rocky for 40 minutes, but I think that's a solid podcast.
I think that's the height of our podcasting career. so far.
Well, also, it wasn't even a diversion. I was actually just legitimately curious. I was curious.
Oh, boy.
What was the question?
What's the last film we've seen?
Well,
You first. You watch stuff every day.
it might have been Lighthouse. Have I watched anything since then? I can't remember.
Okay, I'll say. I watched that Eurovision Song Contest film, and it was phenomenal.
You really liked it, right?
It was so good.
Good.
Eurovision's. What was it?
Oh, Hunter, this is right up your fucking alley. You like cringe, right? So there's this yearly event held in Europe that is a song contest between all of the countries of Europe. They put together... First, you've got like internal rounds. Like you've got people from the country competing against other people from the country. That's not so televised.
Wait, is this the Will Ferrell movie?
Yeah. But the film is
good.
based on an event. It was fucking great. And I'm a tough crowd, you know it. But yeah, these countries in Europe all put together like a performing, singing act. And that includes, like all the countries of Europe, that includes like the East Bloc. And they haven't been so far removed from like communism that they've got like any sense of taste yet. So they always put in these awful fucking like Russian bands, and it is the like epitome of cringe, and it's so beautiful. You just need to watch like one or two of these to get an idea for it. But they made a movie about that, and it's really faithful to the tropes, and it was very good. It's very funny.
I think I wonder. Like I saw it and I like Will Ferrell at his best, and I wanted to watch it, but he's made so many bad movies recently. I checked the reviews.
That was
you can't watch it
for me.
without. You can't watch it without the context of knowing what Eurovision is, because it won't be funny. It'll just seem over the
So
top.
maybe that's why I panned, because all the Americans didn't understand like what the deal is.
Hunter, just pull up right now. Just put in like
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah.
top Eurovision. Like it is so bad, but so good. And I forgot to even say, all the countries fucking vote about like who's the best, but there's so many like old rivalries and like history in Europe that it is completely biased voting. Like all of the Russians vote for all of the proto-Russians, and they vote, and like the fucking Swedes vote for the Finns, and the Finns vote for the Norwegians, and no one votes for the UK because we were so good at winning that we fucking ditched the world, and now everyone hates us, and so we come last every year. Even though we put forward some very good acts, in my opinion.
Dude.
No. No, they're awful.
That's
England,
interesting.
Isn't England one of the countries that does it ironically, though? Like, aren't you?
No, we would like to say that, but we really want it. We want it so much. And then the
Does
public
anybody
votes,
do it ironically, or is that just like the joke at the end of the day when everything looks terrible?
we know we're going to lose.
Okay.
We go into it knowing we're going to lose, but we're still like, we've got to give it the good fight, chaps. Like, we got to take down these fucking Franco cunts. And it never works because everyone hates us. And we're always like, come on, Ireland. Yes, vote for England. And they never do.
What
You're on people.
Just leave it.
what country is Will Ferrell and Amy Adams supposed to be representing in
Iceland,
this? Iceland. Okay.
dude, it's good. But you need to like ingest a
I'll
lot of
have to-
Eurovision.
Yeah, I'll have
Maybe
to
that's what
watch
we'll
some
do,
YouTube
yeah.
clips of it and try to give it a watch because, like Don was saying, as soon as I saw Will Ferrell, especially with Amy Adams, I was like, this is just like going to be terrible. But I'll have
No,
to
it's
check it
got
out.
heart. It's got great jokes. Like the writing's good. It's a real actual like good movie. You know, it's not fucking Shakespeare, but
Well,
it's,
yeah,
it's not
no,
what you
I
expect.
you know,
It's
and
good.
I don't need it to be Shakespeare, but like, I just feel like some of like I would say the last 6 Will Ferrell movies have just been like really bad, like really
6?
bad. So I feel like that was
Me-
like the
How did you, just to get a barometer, how did you feel about Talladega Nights?
I loved it.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
right?
that was like
Step
that was the
Brothers.
that was like
obviously.
the golden era of like
Yeah.
the John
so
C.
Will
Reilly.
Ferrell with John C. Reilly's in that like Holmes movie. It's just such a fucking
Terrible.
letdown. I didn't watch it. I didn't even
Well,
bother.
I figured it that much because that was like their departure from Adam McKay and like the other like, you know, Talladega Nights, like Step Brothers teams that they used and stuff. And then also this is also Will Ferrell after he's done fucking like 4 Kevin Hart movies, like 4 Mark Wahlberg movies. It's like that kind of thing where it's just like, oh fuck.
Oh, you
dude,
didn't
really?
like the other guys?
No, the other guys was fine. I meant like Daddy's Home was another one, I think.
Oh, right.
That they did
yeah.
together,
made,
where it's
they
like-
made like 2 of those, right? 2 or 3 of those.
Two of those and like or maybe 3 or something, but it's just about, you know,
Well, I was never a diehard Will Ferrell guy, so maybe you guys are going to come at it from a different place.
well,
Like,
yeah,
I like some of
I
his
guess
films, but I didn't figure he was like this comedic genius.
Did you like Talladega Nights?
I don't know if I've seen it.
Or
Oh,
Step
it's
Brothers?
so good.
Obviously
I didn't like
so.
Step Brothers.
You didn't like Step Brothers?
Step
It
Brothers
is too retarded, man.
I think Step Brothers definitely had that like random XD thing, but I think like maybe nostalgia, I still love it. But Talladega Nights is like actually legitimately just like a really fucking funny movie.
What's that? Is that the one about ice skates?
Through NASCAR.
No, that's Blade of.
That's
Blades
a
of
very
Glory.
bad one. Blades of
Yeah,
Glory.
Blades of Glory, yeah.
That one's terrible.
Yeah.
John
With-
Heater is the...
Yeah, Napoleon
Twink.
Dynamite guy. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it may have just been at that age too, where I was just like, "Does that signature look familiar?" It's Randy Jackson from American Idol. I remember I was like, "Oh, I know who that is. That's hilarious." Well, you know what I mean?
Nah, fuck you. It holds up. You should you should watch it.
The only thing that holds up for me
today.
the only thing that holds up for me in that movie is his brother. The only part of that movie where I still laugh really fucking hard is just his dickhead brother. It's like, or his actual biological brother, who's like the guy from Parks and Recs and shit.
when he comes up in the treehouse, they punch him in the face.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
He pulls his shirt up, and it's like
The
obviously
obvious-
a different actor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
with, like
like so-
oiled abs.
I haven't had a carb since 2004. It's pretty good. Yeah, but
Do you like Joe Dirt?
yeah, and actually, you know what's funny about the movie is I feel like as I've gotten older, the more I enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
upon like whenever I watched it when I was younger, I don't think I got a lot of the jokes, but I still,
Yeah.
but I still enjoyed it. But like now this one, but now I'll rewatch it and I still enjoy it. Like I think it's like still like a good, like that's a good character movie. I don't think they should have made a sequel by any means, but I think that it's like it's a good movie.
That was actually one of the movies I watched recently. My girlfriend, I watched that again a couple weeks ago.
How'd you like it?
I actually felt the same way. I enjoyed it more than I had before. Probably because I haven't seen it in like 15 years or something. So
Oh well,
it's just older. Like I had the context, you know.
Well, the reason I asked this question was because recently I watched one of my like old nostalgia movies that I was like, oh, I love that movie when I was a kid, and I wonder if it's gonna hold up. And I watched Kung Pao again,
Oh wow!
and that movie, there's like that movie. I haven't laughed that hard at a movie in a long time. Probably since I actually rewatched like the first Naked Gun movie. Kung Pao might actually be like my favorite comedy movie ever made.
I've seen Kung Pao.
Yeah, I watched it so many times as a kid. Like, I wonder if it's ruined for me forever. Like,
Well,
I can
that's what I
probably
thought,
still
too.
remember the entire thing today.
Yeah,
So-
that's I felt the same. I felt the same way of like I had the the VHS or DVD back in the day, and I would just
Yeah.
watch it. I would watch like that and like Two Towers over and over again.
That was one of those movies where you'd put it on like at a sleepover, and then you'd fall asleep, and like the menu music would loop all night
Oh.
while you're sleeping. You know.
Ugh,
The worst.
painful, dude.
Oh man.
and
Give
there
me
were
nights
like quotes in it, you know, like
Yeah.
from all the like stupid characters and stuff, and that like leaches into your
Very
brain
painful.
while you're sleeping. Yeah.
Yes. I don't know why they haven't made like why that was never like found out that it's like we should make our menu less obnoxious. Like I remember the Office always had the most annoying intro thing. So like back then I had the seasons on DVD or whatever, and I would like put them on before bed, and then I would be fucking woken up just to the fucking like loud ass theme song, and they would have like office phone ringing and shit too. So it's like doo 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 doo. It's like brr, brr. And I'd wake up like fucking like fucking like. And you're like that kind of tired where you can't even fucking bother to like get out of bed and just press a
because
button.
you went to bed watching The fucking Office. I'm so tired. I have no idea.
Well, I'm just like you wake up and you're like, I am at this stage where I'm so comfortable that I don't want to get out of bed at all. So I'm like, I'm sure I'll just drift back to sleep, but then it becomes this like mental, this like mind trap of like you like sitting there being like, I have to force myself up to turn this off. Because also another thing about DVD players and stuff is that you always lose the remote. So every DVD player I've ever fucking had, I lose the remote to it. So I have to like get up and fucking press the thing. I never had the remote.
That's so true.
What is wrong with you people? You're like fucking toddlers. I didn't
I
ever
was a
lose a
toddler.
fucking DVD remote.
I was a toddler. What the fuck do you expect? I was a child.
I don't know. You're right. What did I expect?
You had a TV and DVD player in your room when you were a child?
PS2.
How old are we talking?
No,
PS2.
How old are we
PS2.
talking?
Man, I never had a TV in my room when I was a kid. My parents cared more about me.
Oh, I had
had
TV
a,
in my room.
When you
Yeah,
were like
I had to buy my
kid.
own.
What's
like-
give me some ages, folks.
Like pre-teenager. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
like 20,
Dude, I had a
22,
PS2 and shit.
like 22.
22, 23, I don't know.
But how old,
Yeah.
Hunter? When you say you were a toddler, you don't PS. How old were you? Because I don't think you were actually a toddler. I think you were like fucking 12.
Yeah, I would say 12. Is 12 not a toddler? Are you not a kid when you're 12?
I wouldn't classify 12 as a toddler. When
As
you
a
have kids, are you gonna have a fucking 12-year-old running around in diapers?
No. Well, I guess that's also, I guess I don't use the same, definition, or maybe I'm just misusing the word toddler. I guess when I would say toddler, I just,
12 is
Whatever.
too old to lose DVD remotes.
I guess. When I was 12, I'm pretty sure I shit my pants like twice in a year just from like laughing too hard and I shit myself or something like that.
Don?
You've actually
Don,
shit
now
your
you get
pants?
it. Now you get it.
Get what? You shit your pants?
No, that's
are
my
you talking
point.
about?
Losing a DVD remote is on the same level as fucking shitting your pants. Everyone seems to have done this shit.
I don't get that one. So many people shit their pants.
How are you shitting your pants all
It's
the time?
never happened to me. It's
do you
happened
mean all the
plural
time?
times.
Twice
all
a
the
year
time.
is all the time when you're talking about defecating
Yeah,
inside your pants.
You said you shit yourself twice when you were 12.
Yeah, twice.
He said twice a year.
Twice a
No,
year.
I said twice when I was 12.
Okay.
It's not it's not like
Oh,
I'm like,
he's-
it's not like I'm like, I have a
People
checklist.
can rewind and they can hear exactly what you say, Hunter.
I
You can't play these games
go
with
back
me.
because
I think
I
he's-
said when I was 12, I shit myself twice in a year. I said, what do you expect about losing a fucking remote? Like, obviously, like I'm
right.
shit myself.
I misheard
The fuck
you.
am I doing? It's a tiny ass remote. Also, they designed the fucking remote to be this big. What? And I'm like a 12-year-old kid. I don't give a fuck about cleaning my room. It's just a fucking. I didn't have Jordan Peterson in my life tell me that I needed to clean my room all the time. So then it gets lost. You throw
Let's-
shit away, and then when you do clean your room, you just mindlessly throw shit
You're
into
avoiding
a
the
garbage
crux
can.
of this problem,
Yeah, you
Hunter.
gotta-
Why were you shitting
You
yourself
gotta get
twice?
You have
Oh
to
well,
get
I
into
just
it.
I had to take a shit. It was one of those things. My friend made me laugh, and I just
And
shit
then?
my pants.
How did he make you laugh? What was the joke?
I can't remember. Well,
That's
I
so
don't
not
know.
important.
How do you not remember?
Because
That's
it
a
was
good
probably
question, though.
just something really stupid of like probably an inside joke or something. Maybe
it was
stu-
probably something really stupid.
I felt like that would be a formative moment. You'd remember
Maybe it was-
everything.
it was something pretty
That's
stupid.
because
it
it is a formative moment and he's lying. It was
No.
probably like a Ninja Turtles joke and you don't want to tell it.
No, if it was a Ninja Turtles joke, I would gladly say it. It was probably honestly something back in the day that I thought was funny, like in terms
Hunter, is it
of,
racist? I
in
feel like it's
terms of,
racist.
maybe an inside joke or something.
Yeah, it was probably something really funny about like black people. Like,
I don't know.
I don't
black
know.
neighbors specifically.
Yeah, we found
like-
Yeah, where do you
we were outside. I don't really
In my
remember
friend's
though,
house,
but-
we were playing Spooky Ghost with his dad's white robes and stuff. I don't know what was going on, but no, it was probably just something stupid
Then you
where
shit the shit robes.
yeah, his shitty robes. We were all shitting our pants that day, but no, it was probably somewhere where it's like your friends like make us like I don't know.
Hunter's
like,
dad
you
gets
develop-
home and there's shit on his KKK room.
You develop a,
Again! Twice a fucking year! Are you kidding me?
I've
got a meeting tonight.
It was probably something very stupid in the sense of like stupid as in like something so meaningless that it's like when you show your parents like a video, you're like, oh, this is funny, right? And they have no idea what the fuck you're laughing at. Probably like that kind of thing.
Okay,
Like,
so
they
who bore witness to it? Just your friend? Or did you tell him?
My group of friends. Oh yeah,
You told him.
proudly, absolutely proudly.
Proudly.
Yeah,
Dude, I would
absolutely.
be hiding that shit like no tomorrow, and I would lie about it for years.
You cannot hide. There's such a
How
distinct
much
smell.
shit
with
are we
shit.
talking, bro?
It
You
was like a,
fucking, you run.
You just no, it's ambiguity of the crowd. You just blame a massive silent fart on one of them.
No, it is so potent and it's so blatantly obvious where it's
He
coming.
did describe his shit, to
Especially-
be fair. earlier.
Especially when it's coming from like
Fucking
a fat
tar
kid
running down
who
your
wears
leg.
nothing but fucking large black jackets and like DC shoes and basketball shorts. Like you're gonna
that
know where
kid's
that's
definitely
coming
the
from.
one who shit himself.
Type deal. And not even that, you could be it's just shit has such a potent smell to it. But basically, yeah, I was like, dude, I just shit myself. And they're like, that's awesome. That's basically the end of it. And I threw away those underwear and I just put it on my shorts without the shitty underwear in them.
My friends would never have let me get away with that.
Because this is just completely foreign to me. Like, what counts as shitting yourself? Just like a little rabbit pellet, or like
No, I would say it was
it's a
like
spectrum.
I would say, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I would say any level of actual shit in your pants counts as shitting yourself. You know what I mean? Like any physical thing. But from what I can remember, it was a pretty hefty turd. From what I could remember.
Did a whole like log make its way out?
Yeah, but it was one of those ones where it was
You
like
can feel a log.
Because that's like a process. That's
That's not just instant.
Instantaneous.
Listen. It was one of those logs where it is a log, but it's like kind of like a melted candy bar, where it's the smooth one. It isn't like the chunky brain one. So then when you're sitting there, and then whenever someone does something like maybe like let's say to give an example, you and your friends have this ongoing joke where you're like you put your face up, and the kid like takes off his shirt and he just does meh, which to you sounds stupid, but you in your friend group you form this joke and it's so funny. So then you're not expecting it, and your friend comes around the corner and he's like, "Hey, Hunter," me, and you're like, ha! And you have like one big deal, and it just pops out. Because in my mind, I'm like, I have to take a
you just remembered.
Oh, we got there. Fucking therapist done.
I wish it was
That was beautiful work.
Disguise
I wish
it
it was
as an anecdote. Yeah, I wish it was that. I wish that was what
Why
happened.
would I
but-
not tell you?
This
Is the biggest
Because
problem.
that
What am I trying?
that funny
what-
joke was
saying
it was
how-
an impression of a
here's the thing.
Korean.
Here's where I
That's
draw
what
the
it
line.
was.
Here's where I
that's
draw
a
the line.
masterful walk
I draw
back.
the line. I draw the line. I'm happy to tell you that I shit myself. Okay. I'm happy to let you know that there's poop in my pants, but I will not give you the information of what the joke was, okay? That's too far. I'm embarrassed at this point now. You've embarrassed me.
Wait. What was the second time you shit yourself that year?
It was probably something very similar, except this time I think I was sick.
Don't
I
even
think
remember that one
Oh,
either.
dang it again.
Again!
Damn it,
you guys are acting
Jerry.
like it's some big thing to shit
It
yourself.
is!
It's not.
It is a big thing to shit yourself.
Jerry,
really
stop
not.
pretending to be Vietnamese and
I keep shitting myself.
funny.
Hey, Hunter, remember that movie Platoon? Huh? Me, right, Hunter? Huh? No, I wish it was that. No, the second time, I'm pretty sure I was sick. I was sick, but I remember it was from laughing at something. But I was definitely sick that time. It was definitely.
Dang
not
it,
wet.
Timmy, I'm sick. I
keep doing
can't help it.
That would probably be something I would say too. Okay, guys, don't make me laugh. Like I'm really sick. Okay,
I'm gonna shit myself.
I'm gonna shit myself again. I can feel it coming this time, guys. Seriously. Yeah, no, I don't know.
what is
I wasn't
wrong
like
with
you.
you?
I wasn't like you little fucking princesses that were just like, I'm too good to shit myself, dude. I was proud to shit myself. Okay.
Did your
It's a
parents
fucking
not
cool
feed you
moment.
vegetables?
What does that have to do with anything? Do you not shit
Fiber.
and eat vegetables?
Fiber. There's got to be some amount of something that makes you like.
Fiber makes your shit slide.
Yeah.
I thought it made it more harder.
Because if you ever eat like a whole
No,
pizza,
I wish
you
that
can't
what I
shit.
should have
No,
done
but
is
it's-
I
It's
should have
because
been
there's
on an
no
all
fiber.
dairy diet. If I should have just
Too
drank
much
nothing but milk
fiber
and
is
cheese.
too soft.
People who shit themselves universally, I feel, have a bad diet.
Yeah,
So there's some sort of correlation or
But
some
I
sort
don't-
of link.
I don't think it's like.
Okay, ignore fiber. You're missing the forest for
Well,
the trees.
that is my point. I've made it. Now we can move on.
Okay, that's
well,
great.
Well, I mean, I don't think you're wrong.
trying to dissect why you shit yourself, Hunter.
But
Because
I
it can't
think
just
that
be
I
you're
think that
retarded.
if I had to boil it down to if you have to fucking
I
like,
do.
really if you have to really find out what it was, I'm pretty sure it was just youthful negligence. If I had to really point it down to something, to being like, you know, that little thought in your mind of being like, I have to shit, and then just being like, they can wait, and then it explodes out of you, and then that's the thing you have to. That it's just something that has to happen.
You had a real loose sphincter as a little boy, didn't you?
No,
wanna
I
talk
think
about
if anything, I probably just let it flow. I remember being very proud of it. It was more, if anything, it was funny.
Of course, your friends found it funny.
Yeah.
My friends would have crucified me forever. Or I would have to like move fucking counties.
Well, we had this friend that hated if you farted on his bed. It was very odd. He'd get very mad
That's
if you
not
sat
odd.
on his bed.
That's very reasonable.
Yeah, it's very,
We had this weird friend. He never shit himself, and he hated it when he
Greg's an odd
farted.
one. He doesn't like this very much.
He doesn't like it when we all gather
you're
on
telling
his
me
bed
that
in
Greg's
an
such a
Indian
fag.
circle and fart.
If you guys are
What
playing
a fucking
split screen,
queer.
if you guys are playing
Greg's
split
Farted on his
weird.
pillow and he got
screen Call of
upset at
Duty,
me.
if you're playing split screen Call of Duty with your friends and your friend just fucking lets out a fart, you would be like, hey, you stop that.
If it was on my bed, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck? Get off my bed.
Oh, you're a fucking prude, dude. You're like, you no wonder. Well, no wonder you guys fucking also, I feel like you'd be a bore to hang out with. You can't fart on your own bed. You can't do anything. You guys are sitting there.
Bro, I can fart on my
trying to
bed. You
dissect-
can't fart on my bed.
I'm gonna let you know right now if I ever
Well,
visit
no,
you,
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no, no.
hold a
This
fart
is
in.
a
Actually, I'm gonna
different.
shit myself
This
on
is
your
a
bed.
different framing. Yeah, first of all, you're the guy that shits himself.
You're not going
You have
near
no
the bed.
control of your sphincter.
Twice in one year.
Hunter,
So you're
get
like-
off my
Twice in 1 year,
fucking
I
bed.
left like a king. I came.
If you're
I
sitting
came
here
as a peasant and I left
farting
a
on the
king.
bed to upset me, and you're the guy that has a history,
Twice a
you're
year.
gonna get off the goddamn bed, and I'm not a weirdo.
But then at that point, it becomes a joke of, did you just shit yourself on my bed? And I could be like, I don't know, maybe. And then it becomes a nice inside joke. That's what it would be. And like I said, I went to that year a peasant, I left a king, and I will stand by that.
Everyone's like, so, did you hear about Hunter? He's fucking awesome, dude. He shit himself.
Twice.
Yeah, I don't think it
year.
was that. It was just because I think it became more notorious for, he shit himself over at my house.
No, but you
And
know
people
who
were like,
gets the
"That's
real
disgusting."
The real accolades go to the kid that keeps telling the racist joke that makes Hunter shit himself.
Yeah.
Man,
He's
And I
the
just want you to
conductor.
know,
I gotta hear that
You're just
joke.
a fucking
that you
instrument
guys-
hunter. He plays you.
You are subconsciously wanting it to be a racist joke because your own sick, twisted fucking fantasies are laughing at it. When I said that he just perched his face up like he's a sour,
You scrunched up his face like doing like Asian eyes. Like, don't take a picture.
So if I
Don't take a piss.
squish
Yeah,
up my
this-
face like I just had
this
like
no,
like I
this
had
is
just
the
killed-
this is the Dr. Phil stuff. You're letting
Edit this?
slip the details of this story. Your friend
Let me know when you
snuck
take the
up
picture.
on you
I did.
with his
It's
shirt with his shirt over his head like a Vietnamese peasant. And
yeah, to make the peasant hat.
Exactly.
To make the
Don and
peasant
Tom,
hat, the rice field hat.
he had his
Don was
hands
the
up
person
in a point.
specifically. Don, you sat there and you're trying to turn this on me, and I just want to say that you're the racist one here because you sat there, you were doing this, and you had your fingers pulling the skin on your eyes, making it slanted, and I thought it was very distasteful. I didn't want to say anything to the viewers, but I thought it was distasteful. And honestly, Tom, you're right across from him. You should be the one keeping him in check. And I don't want to be a part of
see
this.
it. I did see it, but we were having
Also,
a
I thought
good
it was
flow.
very
I didn't
odd,
wanna
and I thought,
interrupt.
and honestly, no one, and I did, and now that the beans are being spilled here, honestly, you had the rice field hat, I didn't appreciate that. You had the Fu Manchu mustache, and also the buck teeth. And I'll tell you something, I thought it was distasteful. I didn't care for it. And if you want to spin this on me, you can, because hey, I'll be that punching bag, but do not swing at me because I will swing back hard. I have the evidence. I have
This
the
is
proof.
how we tease it out of you. These little memories.
Yeah.
I can read
Oh
your
my
face.
God.
I can
They're-
read
they're-
your
they're
face.
they're unleashing my hidden
Early on,
racist
Tom
memories.
insisted that you turn your camera on because we wouldn't have been able to prosecute this properly without being able to read your micro expressions.
I think actually what we
They
just
weren't
found
very
out.
micro, bro. He went full on Asian face.
No. It started micro, and then I pulled
No.
the Fu Manchu mustache. It was over. It was over. You got this little twinkle in his eye, and he's like, "Oh, now I remember.
It's like my people.
Now I remember."
My people, yeah, exactly.
I feel comfortable now.
If anything from that story, if you guys have to be racist and point out that it's another ethnicity, which I don't see color, but if you guys have to point it out, if anything, it sounds more like an Asian man was sexually molesting me while he had his shirt off while I was younger. And if anything, maybe it wasn't laughter, maybe it was out of fear and I shit myself, which would actually be more redeemable than me just laughing at maybe one of my friends doing something stupid back in the day.
I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, that's.
I gotta go make Raid and myself a lot of money. So
I just want to catch everyone up on the season arc. So Hunter's an established racist since childhood, and we are accomplished therapists that are going to continue to tease this out of Hunter as the show goes on. So I hope you join us next time for more of Hunter's sordid past. Thank you for listening.
Don's
to
also a rapist.
That's also established.
That's also part of the character arc.
Yeah,
we're gonna work that one out.
We're really bringing out the highlights to our relationship here. Really accenting all the right flavors for sure. Yeah. All right, bye.
See you.
Mwah.